Pisces, you're going to need to help someone this week. Someone is going to need your help like there is no tomorrow. Somebody who means to you so much, somebody who you really love, and somebody who really loves you. So whether this is like a family member or whether this is like a really like an old friend, but somebody is struggling financially, and at the beginning of this week this is going to become absolutely obvious, but they're not going to tell you this, they're not going to say this to you. And I think that this gorgeous person, it's someone really gorgeous and someone really nice and someone really kind and someone really gentle, and I think that this person is way too proud to say something. And basically, if you can try to work out who this is, and you don't need to try to work out too much who this is, because that person is going to do something odd and something unusual at the beginning of this week, and that person is going to be brought to your attention. So after this moment in time, you will get a flavor, do you know what I mean, of this vibration and energy of exactly what I mean. So please try to help to that person financially, and I don't know how you're gonna do this without kind of making them aware that you're doing it. I know it's crazy, it sounds really weird, but try to see how you can help to this person basically without that person being offended, you know. So you're gonna need to work out the ways of like what's actually wrong, what's going on, and how exactly you can help to this person. But it's a lot to do with the person like a being financially sorry my darling, so it's a lot to do with the person being financially unstable, but they're just such a beautiful person, and they're just being like they're not going to be honest when it comes to that specific situation in their lives. So please try to help them and try to work out how you are actually going to do this without them getting kind of offended, because I think that they're not going to say this to you, but you're going to be able to work this out and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, this is very, very important. This is going to get back to you in so many different ways. And you know, sometimes, you know, there's so many different situations that we can go in our lives, you know, that can affect us in so many different ways. And I think that this specific person has gone through something emotional, something really dark and something really negative, like that person lost someone, for example, and it's like that amount of like negativity, you know, can affect us in such a dreadful ways, and it can make us to kind of see things not clearly. It can make us to understand things in a completely different ways, because it leaves us really emotional, and when we are so emotional we are under a certain pressure, and when we are under a certain pressure we kind of lose ourselves for a while and we don't act ourselves. So we lose this particular balance that helps us to kind of be ourselves and to see things through, you know, at a time when you know, like when we need to be sharp and kind of like grounded and recentered kind of the most. So please try to help to this person. I mean, come on, this could literally be your immediate family member or it could be like a really great friend that you know since childhood. Like I still have the same friends, the friends that I had in a childhood, they're still part of my life nowadays, you know. I suppose crazy to some, but you know what I mean. It's just like I'm just trying to explain that, you know, it is like to do with the people who have been in our lives so for such a long time that they do become the part of our energy, the part of our vibration, and whether this is to do with the family members or this is to do with friends, you know, as I said, you know, this is someone who is really genuinely beautiful indeed. And also when it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, you are going to have such an unusual dream, a really strange dream. And maybe some of you haven't dreamt, you know, maybe you didn't dream in a long time, but there is something, so you are going to be surprised with this dream, or you are going to realize, you know, that this dream was like so extremely vivid. You're going to be able to remember every single thing about this specific dream, and this specific dream is also going to happen at a time when you drift, you know, when you fell asleep, when you drift away, when you fell asleep at a time when you did not think that you're going to fall asleep. So it's going to be either the time when you're like maybe sitting down and watching TV and then you fell asleep for a few minutes and you have this mind-blowing dream, or whether you're just going to be like maybe, I don't know, working at your desk or something and then suddenly you kind of fell asleep, you know, like suddenly you kind of fell asleep and then you have this specific dream. This dream is going to reveal something to you. This dream dream, this dream is bringing you a mind-blowing revelation. This mind-blowing revelation that you are going to have, it's also at the same time going to answer a really big and important question when it comes to the certain aspect of your life, something negative that happened to you within the last 2 or 3 years that changed you so much, but now you're about to snap out of it, because this dream, it's about to bring you an important revelation, and this revelation is going to remind you of things how they used to be in your life, and that vibration and energy, it's going to be completely undeniable for you to step in to, for you to dive in almost immediately. And in order for you to dive in to this kind of vibration almost immediately, you will see that you're going to understand that there is the specific part of yourself that you left in the past, and you will want to return to it. And how you're going to do this, it's something that you used to do a lot, something that used to make you feel so good, something that used to make you feel so happy, something that used to make you feel so excited. But what happened? Life happened, and you just carried on doing different things, and you forgot about a very important part of yourself that now, my gorgeous Piscelini, you are indeed going to be reminded to bring back into this present moment. It's like, oh my God, this, my gorgeous Piscelini, is going to be one mind-blowing dream indeed. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, you know, it's like basically you will see that something also came to an end. It's about the discontinuation. You know, you need to discontinue something here. Something came to an end, and something that almost like you used to feel so passionate about this aspect of your life so much, and it's almost as if like you didn't want to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with yourself that came to an end. It's not a bad thing. Like something that maybe it's not going to be successful, but you put so much of your energy towards it, it doesn't matter. We live and learn. We are changing every day. You know, we are changing every year, we are changing every month, we are changing every day, we are changing every hour, we are changing every minute, we are changing every second. So it's a part of our natural projection. We are changing, but we also at the same time, we need to speed up, and we need to kind of speed up with our own reflection on things that are happening around us. And we need to kind of like slow down and realize how much we are changing. So this is actually a really good sign. You being able to identify exactly at the beginning of the week what has come to an end, my gorgeous Piscelini, and that in itself, it's going to show you the way, baby. But you must not do that immediately. You need to be patient, because suddenly you're going to feel so passionate to stop this, to discontinue something. Yes, I told you to discontinue something, to stop something. Something has come to an end, but you must not rush. Okay, this is going to take a little time. You need to be very smart, you need to be very clever, you need to be very intelligent how exactly you are going to do this, and at the same time you're going to need to be patient. You need to have a patience. This is very important process for you to understand. It's not only that this is not something you can stop immediately, but as long as you reflect on this, that something came to an end, and already in your mind you're already like a halfway there, and the rest, which you're going to need to do like physically, kind of like with words or whatever you're going to need to do, then this is going to just, you need to understand that you need to be patient about this. You cannot rush this whatsoever. This is really important indeed, and that in itself is going to give you enough time to actually have this mind-blowing idea shortly after that moment in time. It's not that this is going to take ages to have an idea, but shortly, you know, after you become aware of what kind of has come to an end, and in your mind you just kind of like stop this already. So this in itself, it's also like kind of after that moment in time, after you realize that you need to be patient about it, you know, you are going to have a really remarkable idea. This idea is going to make you feel so good about yourself, because at the same time, as soon as you think about this idea, you're just like, ooh, all your energy is going to pick up, ooh, all your vibration is going to pick up, and you are going to become extremely determined. But at the same time, you are going to need to understand that you have to be responsible when it comes to this as well. This idea that you are going to have, there is going to be so much more to it than you can possibly imagine. This idea that you are going to have, it's not only going to make you feel extremely optimistic and determined, but it's literally going to change your life in as little as 17 weeks, 17, in as little as 17 weeks, you are going to have a mind-blowing options that you could have only dream about. Mind-blowing option. Listen to me very carefully, because this option, it's not only going to make you feel so much more secure when it comes to your finances, it's going to make things really solid, but at the same time it's going to make you feel internally happy. So it means that this option, it's also going to kind of bring so many other things to you closer, like people who you love the most and people who you want to spend the most time with. Everything, it's going to kind of start making sense after this moment in time, and almost as if you are going to become aware of some kind of a secret spiritual formula here we are talking about. It's like, oh my God. So this idea that you are going to have, that is going to make you feel extremely active and determined, it's actually going to bring you one of the biggest accomplishments of your life, and it's going to make you feel extremely confident. And also, my gorgeous Pisces, at the beginning of this week, you are going to have a little bit of a hermit moment, which means that you're going to feel like you want to be by yourself for a little while. You're going to feel a little bit withdrawn, almost as if you're going to be looking for like a big life answers. You know, like when you're in a hermit mode, there is so much that come to you through your own reflection. You know, things that we are not honest about with ourselves just comes to the surface, and it's almost impossible kind of to ignore, because you know that this is creating some kind of a blockage in between now and what's about to happen. Indeed. So now basically this hermit moment, it's really going to this hermit moment is going to reveal exactly like kind of what do you need to be direct about at this stage in your life. What do you need to kind of make, what important step do you need to make. And at the same time, you're going to realize when you have a hermit moment how all this is like kind of getting together in form of like, it's such a perfect combination of material and spiritual prosperity, which means that you're going to find yourself for the first time after a long time working on something that's making you feel extremely passionate, that is going to be healing you. What a strong and powerful vibration this is, let alone what else that it's going to do in terms of like you realizing some kind of a beautiful gift about yourself, but also such an amazing potential to prosper. And at the same time, you will know exactly which steps do you need to take next. Indeed, this is going to be remarkable. So the bottom line is that the hermit mode is going to prepare you, because you will know which steps to actually take next at this stage of your life. And also when it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, but it's not only about the beginning of this week, it's about the whole week really. It's time to reconnect with those people in your life. It's time to embrace a true love and deep, intimate friendships as well, my gorgeous Pisces. This is important. And also when it comes to the whole week, you know, make choices, you know, from the heart. This is very important indeed. And also you are gonna have such an important period of your own recovery, especially when it comes to all those times that you felt so drained and so tired. This week things are gonna feel completely different, so you will know that the energy and vibration are changing. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's like brilliant. Like I like it so much, because this is an important time of your personal development, because you're gonna have a news and message that is gonna make you feel so happy. It's something that you worked on, you know, you were working on for such a long time, that means to you so much. Now you're gonna have really good news and information. It's like about a really amazing progress in your life, and you're gonna feel so excited, not only because of that, but also because you will know that the time is going to come very soon, my gorgeous Pisces, where you're gonna need to make a really important decision. But you couldn't have made that decision until you saw the certain progress when it comes to this aspect of your life. And this is to do with your development, is to do with you going on the next level, next stage of your life, but also it's to do in general with the promotion of your lives. Just remember, we are growing, we are evolving, we are changing every single step of the way, and this, my gorgeous Pisces, is literally going to be one of them. And also, you know, don't be surprised. You know, I know that this is going to sound crazy, but don't be surprised when at around that time you suddenly just feel really angry about someone from your past who has done something to you, and it affected you, you know, and someone who's done something to you, and you just did not like it whatsoever. So as soon as you think about that specific person, you're like, oh, he's horrible, she's horrible, or he's nasty, she's nasty. But the bottom line is, this is a very golden sign for you to forgive and forget to someone, because you seem to still hold certain grudges when it comes to the specific person in your life. And this is happening, you know why? Because one cycle is coming to an end. When it comes to that development, when it comes to that promotion of your life, when it comes to things here moving on, at the same time one cycle is coming to an end. Just remember, it's promotion of your life. You're going on the next cycle, and when that happens, it's always that little mama comes in and says, hello, it's a bit of a challenge, and this is to do with karma. So you need to let something go. So when you kind of feel angry about someone, be happy, because this is like the actual universal sign for you to understand and know that this is someone that you need to let go. You can do this, not that person. It's not about them. It's not about what happened in between you two, but it's more about what happened, like, it's not about what happened in between you two, but it's more about the way you're going to react and respond to that situation. So you need to be very mature, and you need to be very smart, and you need to be very clever. So you need to forgive and forget to someone, and then you can speed up all this process. It sounds crazy, I know. And also, when it comes to that news about the development in your life, my gorgeous Pisces, you know, I really like this, because it's to do with the things that you've been working on, and it's to do with a really great progress. But then at the same time, you know, you are gonna feel happy, because you were worried about this, like, oh my god, for absolute ages. You were almost like depressed about this, almost like sad. When I say that you were almost depressed about this, don't get me wrong, you know, everybody gets depressed. It's natural, it's normal to feel depressed, you know. Do you know what I mean? It's like normal to feel sad, it's normal to feel depressed, like it's normal to feel happy, it's normal to feel excited. These are just normal human emotions. So do you know what I mean? Don't get me like, oh, dark Lala. No, but there was something that was worrying you. This is how much this is going to mean to you, this development, this news about progress, about the specific progress in your life, because this was worrying you so much every time when you were on your own. So now, not only like, oh my god, you're going to feel so much lighter in terms of the actual energy, but only a couple of days after that moment in time, you are going to have a very unusual sign, very bizarre sign, which is again gonna come through some kind of a bird. A bird is very strongly, very specifically going to be connected to this sign. You're either going to hear the bird, or you're either going to see the bird. However it's going to happen, something unusual is going to be going on at around the time in your life, and something unusual is going to be going on at the time when you hear this sound. So perhaps it's going to be strange noise, strange sound, like, oh my god, what type of bird is this? Is this even a bird? You know, or it's going to be like basically you're going to see the bird, and there is something very unusual going to be about that particular bird that you're going to see. Do you see what I mean? So something unusual is going to be about it. So you will know that this is your good omen and good sign. Very soon after that moment in time, when you become aware of this bird, first of all, when you become aware of this sound, or when you become aware of this bird, you immediately need to pay attention to what was on your mind. Yes, you know, you need to release the negative energy. You're thinking about something in a negative way, and you're slowing yourself with something. So you need to release the negative energy immediately. And then on another hand, as soon as you become aware of this bird, whether you see it or whether you hear it, at the same time, very soon after, you are going to see something that is going to inspire you so much, and you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. And shortly after that, then the whole bright new prospects are about to come into your life. A very, very important, I will say important opportunity with so many different gorgeous attachments. It's about to come into your life. So this is something that you need to understand. And also, and a rather consistent person in your life, someone who gives you news every now and then. It's about to make you aware of like where you should kind of invest to or towards in your life, and you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this, and you know, on another hand, my gorgeous Piscelini, what else I was going to say, that there is a bit of a challenge that you are going to have when it comes to some kind of a vision, because at around the midweek you are gonna have this vision, you know, and you're going to feel so excited and adamant about your future, you know, like adamant about doing certain things that are going to come to your mind for the first time, but you're just not going to know how to actually do this, and you're going to find this really challenging. But then again, at the same time, it's important to go with your initial thought here, to avoid over-analyzing, because over-analyzing is not our friend. When we start over-analyzing something, we lose ourselves. So you just have to understand, when you have this vision about your future, you need to go with your initial thought, indeed. And also, there is like this gorgeous person at around the midweek, through who you're also going to understand a very good choice for yourself as well. Okay, just remember this. By the time you come to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's like, oh my God, this is absolutely brilliant, because you are gonna hear what you're gonna hear. It's like basically something very interesting. What are you going to hear? It's on one hand gonna put a big smile on your face, because it's pretty much so to do with someone's justice in somebody else's life. But this is gonna mean to you so much at around the end of the week. So you're going to hear about justice in somebody else's life, someone who was waiting for justice, but that person means to you so much that this affected you just as much as it affected that person. And the answer is going to be like a big mama answer. It's going to be really good. It's going to be positive outcome and the positive outcome. It's going to be positive answer and the positive outcome. Yes, indeed. I don't know what I was going to, what I said before. Maybe I said it right, maybe I said it wrong, or whatever. It's just the way my mind goes, like 100 miles per hour, as you can imagine, my gorgeous Piscelini. Yeah, so basically, so you are, at the end of the week, you are going to become aware of somebody else's justice. So someone was worrying so much, but that you're connected to that person, so they just transferred, I guess, their worries on you. Not in a bad way, but when we are spiritually connected to someone, then we are naturally worrying about what the outcome is going to be. So this is going to be an amazing outcome. Thank God for that. But on another hand, at around the time when you hear about this justice, you're also going to kind of understand like some kind of advice, what you should do in the future and what to kind of not do in the future through that situation. You will learn for yourself some kind of a lesson, but also at the same time, you're going to become aware of a very interesting opportunity, and this is going to mean to you so much, because that interesting opportunity normally you would find challenging, but now, because you heard this, you will know that you are going to take a really bold action. You're going to feel extremely excited about that opportunity. It's going to bring so much of a high energy. It's going to make you feel extremely confident and brave and passionate. And it's going to put you in a mode of being so adventurous. Why? Because now suddenly you're going to become so confident about your own power, so confident about your own success, so confident about what's ahead. And you're going to absolutely love it. It's the things that you're completely ambitious about that are going to be driving you forward. This is going to be a main force indeed, but at the same time, this high energy is going to be almost impossible to ignore. Why? Because you'll go in your little psychic mode where you will know, and you will become so confident about your own success and about the ambition that you're going to be feeling. This is absolutely brilliant. Why? Because at the same time, you're making a really wise choice here indeed, my gorgeous Piscelini. A really wise choice, and you will trust me that you will know exactly what I was referring to and what am I actually talking about here. And also at the end of the week, please, someone is going to try to wind you up. Just move on, baby. Someone is going to try to wind you up. Do not even waste your energy here. Do not even waste your energy here. These people mean nothing to you, nothing to your life. They mean nothing to you. So why would you be wasting your energy? Why would you be arguing? So you're going to be talking about something very specific. with the people who don't mean anything to you, but like maybe like people who you work with or whatever, you know, but some kind of conversation is going to happen, and it's going to be a little bit heated up. Like your spiritual duty is to not to get wound up whatsoever, and your spiritual duty is not to argue. Your spiritual duty is to elevate. You can put your point across, but for the love of God, do not argue, okay, or anything like that. You can just put your point across and that's it, you know what I mean? Because this is a bunch of people that you're going to come across. They're going to be telling you one thing, and you're going to be telling them something completely different. You're going to be talking about something very, very, very specific indeed. Your opinion is in Cuba. Okay, so your opinion is in Cuba, and their opinion is in Germany. Okay, so your opinion is in Cuba and their opinion is in Germany. Do you know what I mean? Or your opinion is like in Jamaica and their opinion is in France, you know? So what am I trying to say? That what you're going to be talking about, like it's about something very specific. But the problem is that this is a very sensitive subject, and that you're going to be so strong when it comes to your opinion about that, and they're going to be so strong when it comes to their opinion about that. But your opinions are going to be completely different. Nothing is going to change your mind, and nothing is going to change their mind. So why would you be wasting your energy with people who don't mean anything to you? Okay, nothing is going to come out of it. So now you're going to be prepared to it, and just try to move on. Just try to move on. And you are going to be really pleased with yourself, because you are going to be able to deal with these people in such a specific way, where you're just going to gently put your point across and move on. Even more so, you know, this is all gonna lead towards you wanting to change your life so much, and realizing how special you are, realizing how different you are. You're going to realize how unique you are. You're going to realize some kind of power that you have that you never known that you actually had. So this is going to really be very, very personal to you indeed, my gorgeous Piscelini. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending... Oh, no, one more thing. I forgot, sorry. Oh my God, what's wrong with you, Sasha? Everything... No, I'm joking. So one more thing. Sorry, my gorgeous Piscelini. I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. What is going to be a tarot card of the week? Oh, surprise, surprise. Okay, this is very important here indeed. You see this? So now my gorgeous Piscelini, this is all about you really kind of planning and realizing exactly what are you missing out on life. You know, you're going to have such an interesting experience this week as well. You're going to have such an interesting experience this week. You're going to open your eyes, you're going to open your mind, you're going to open yourself up so much, where so many kind of realizations are gonna come to you, almost as if you're gonna be blaming yourself. Why didn't you do things earlier? Why didn't you do things before? But that doesn't matter. What matters now is the fact that you are going to find yourself on such a powerful, mind-blowing crossroads, because it's about the little, not an adventure, but it's about the situation that you are going to have. And almost it is like a little adventure. It's just like your eyes are going to, something is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Piscelini, this week. Something is going to happen to you, and something is going to open your eyes, and it's going to shake you up to the point where you're going to realize that this life doesn't, you know, we don't live forever. And this is going to re-energize you, and it's going to make you feel extremely passionate, and it's going to make you feel really adventurous, and it's going to make you feel really cheeky, and it's going to open you up and towards so many different possibilities that were around you all this time, but now they're going to shine really, really brightly. The experience that you're going to have this week, it's going to open up to the point where you're going to be left with absolutely no choice but to change your life and to live your life to the fullest indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.